Houston is an amazing city that considers everyone in it. Typically in the past, children and ideas have been overlooked, but Houston is not like that. We have been making great progress in our city for children, such as the children's rights to outdoors. We are specifically talking about safe routes. Houston has been making great strides in this matter even just outside our school. Sidewalks and trails to parks or outdoor areas in general are broken but being improved. Just outside our homes, there are many hazardous and unsafe sidewalks, forcing you to go around and into the streets just to get by on very busy streets, such as Bryce Boulevard and Greenbrier. On some streets, there are not any sidewalks at all. We have been doing our research and we found the Sidewalk Fund, though. The Sidewalk Fund was presented in August of 2020 and is used to make new sidewalks, but not to repair them, which is an amazing step that we as children are so thankful for. Another big thing we saw was Buffalo Bayou. Buffalo Bayou is a giant strip of water surrounded by miles of track, parks, dog parks, raftable bayou, etc., in which children and other people just walk or run and use to get to parks in that area. We'll now cut to an interview with our amazing MUN teacher, Miss Maya, who made all this possible, followed by an interview with Miss Kilborn. Hi, I'm here with Miss Maya. I have a couple questions for her to interview her. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
Okay, so my first question is, what do you think of the city's sidewalks and how they look?
I think they're wonderful and we have some. There's some examples of great ones, and then there's parts of the city that don't have sidewalks at all.
What do you think of Houston's Children Outdoor Bill of Rights?
I think it's a wonderful idea to get children involved with the state of nature in Houston, and the mayor's attention to environment is very inspiring. Really happy he's doing that.
Okay. What do you think of the steps that Houston is taking towards safer routes?
I know that there's been investment in that, and I know we need a lot more. Houston's one of the biggest in physical space, so it's a challenging thing, but it's important to focus on.
Okay, and I just have one last question for you. How do you think that Houston can improve in their routes?
I think we need to be strategic in where we go, and we need to have native plant development and areas developed that make sense, and definitely focus on low-income area neighborhoods, because they seem to be next to very toxic industrial developments. Not all the time, but especially those need more access to nature.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Danny Kimball, and I'm here with Miss Kilborn. Is it okay if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, of course.
Okay, so my first question for you is, what do you think of the city of Houston's sidewalks?
Well, I love the city of Houston, but I do not love the city of Houston sidewalks. Most of the sidewalks are pretty uneven and jankety. Like the tree roots have shifted the blocks of cement, and so they're really uneven and pretty dangerous. There are some parts of the city, though, with either newer sidewalks or they've just spent more money maintaining them to like replace the broken ones or like kind of shave the bumpy parts.
Okay, thank you. How do you think we could better improve the sidewalks?
I mean, there's some places that don't have sidewalks at all, so kind of identifying those spots and adding sidewalks there where there needs to be. Maybe there's some spots where instead of a cement sidewalk, like gravel, where the trees, the activity of the tree roots wouldn't affect the integrity of the sidewalk. And then I think it's probably a money issue, right? Like the city of Houston has to pay money to either replace or to repair the parts of the sidewalk that are broken.
Okay, what do you think about how there are some parts of the city without sidewalks at all, or that are just completely broken, especially having kids that walk on those sidewalks?
So we moved a couple years ago, and the house we used to live in, where my kids were little, the sidewalks were pretty much not functional for anything with wheels. So unless we were going for a walk, we would have to be out on the street. So if I was pushing a stroller, or if we were going for a bike ride, or if the boys were riding scooters, we had to be in the street. And that, there's cars parked on the street, and so we'd have to go around these cars, and there's traffic. So it was really dangerous. And then that house where we live now, the sidewalks are better maintained, and so we're able to do more stuff on the sidewalks. So it just doesn't really seem like it's equitable across the city, just because certain areas, either it's newer construction or they're just spending more money to maintain the sidewalks. So it doesn't seem right that some parts of the city are, not as safe, especially for kids.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.